Good morning, everyone. We're a team of 4 sophomore students from Shanghai Jiao University, but actually today we're not going to suffer more in this competition. We hope everyone here can enjoy our presentation today. So let's just get started.
Yes, my name is Dirk. My name is Michael.
My name is Lex.
And I'm Angel. And today, our target, as you can see through the transparency, is one Microsoft. This is our motion today, and we'll firstly explain two questions and why should we achieve this kind of target and how we can achieve it. And we'll develop 3 strategies how to achieve it. So let's just get started. First of all, invite Dirk to introduce. Angel is first aid. Let's invite Michael to introduce the first strategy.
Okay. You can see this slide is quite a comics. If I assume I am sophomore student in 2004 and I get the GPA for 4.0 and I get the internship of the Microsoft. And I went into Microsoft and I was told by my boss that we have a stack ranking system. What means stack ranking? It's a bell range, and everyone wants to be in this part and to be best of the team. And what's the outcome of this stack ranking system? In our team, we want to be best, and we try our best and try every method to get this outcome. And we want to get to have meals with my boss and send some presents to my boss. And it's the beginning of the system of bureaucracy. And it will definitely hurt Microsoft because everyone in the team are not the colleagues but competitors, and everyone wants to become more competitive. And if I graduate from the Jiao University in 2013, we will find a very big change of the whole system of the company. And I'm in the operating system. Next slide. I'm working in the operating system, and where I am is in the satellite part, and it's a part that quite makes services, make the experience of the people who use Microsoft for the core team of the operating systems. And what I do is to experience what the Microsoft bring to us, and what Microsoft make the service for the customers. And if I get a rotation to the market part, because I'm majoring in finance, I get to the market part, I will find that it's quite a big gap from the market part to the operating part. The market part is mainly to find the data of the whole market and what people likes of the Microsoft like hardware or software. But who works in the market part haven't quite good connection with the operating part. It's the gap. It's a very high gap from the service part with the engineering part. And it's the mainly problem of the Microsoft, I think, in the 2013, but it's better than Microsoft in 2004. And what I think what means one Microsoft is like Microsoft is a planet, like Earth. It's a planet, but every section, every part should unite it, and it's like a tree that have many. The common, they have the common interest, and they should have become a unity. And what become a unity is the company can have some solutions, some activities, and some internet connection to bring to the company culture. It's the mainly suggestion for the Microsoft. And this is my part of the system of the company. And let me invite Dirk to present his part.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Thank you for your excellent introduction on internal management of Microsoft. So could you please play the slides for me? Thank you. Here's my part. I like to talk about the concepts of the whole Microsoft company. So, as the assumption that he is a student, right, GPA 4.0, and I am an employee of Microsoft. So I would like to introduce the two main concepts of our company. The first one, they are both frequently mentioned in the materials we read. And the first one is mobile first and cloud first concept. The second one is devices and services. Next slide, please. So, convenience. Yeah. And so, our topic, One Microsoft, is not only about our ways in management of our company itself, but also it's concerns about our products. So, as a theory in our marketing course, so a product of a company is not a product itself. It's not only a product itself. It's both represents the whole culture, the whole design, the whole concept of the whole company. So our products, why we should mention mobile first and cloud first. That's why we want to offer the convenience to our consumers. So we want our consumers to have some products like smartphones or tablets with more convenience, and they can get better user experience. Next slide, please. Yeah, that's I want to mention user experience. Next slide. So after I merge the cloud first and the mobile first, the two ideas into one idea. That's one interpretation of One Microsoft. And second one, I want to merge is devices and services. I want to merge devices and services into one idea. So that's another interpretation of our One Microsoft idea. So we all know that Microsoft both its biggest advantages. The two. One is Microsoft Office business part. The second one is Xbox part as service for our entertainment demand. Next. Let's guess which division only occupies in the operating income. Which division's operating income is only 8.9% of the Windows division, and which division's operating income is only 10.4% of services and 12th division. The answer is actually entertainment and devices division. So we all know that it's a huge potential. It's a huge potential to develop in the future in the entertainment and devices division. That's why we'd like to step forward in the next part. Will bring about by Angel, and she will talk us about the Xbox and the entertainment and devices. Let's welcome Angel.
Thank you, Dirk. Hello everyone. Actually, I'm the big Xbox fan, so I'll be just take charge in this part. I have an Xbox at my home. I really love it. It's really thrilling when I'm playing those games on that device, because it's different when you play those games on your mobile phone, on iPhone. It's totally different user experience. You find it more interesting. You find that you are just you will be concentrated on this game itself because it's so delicately designed. So someday I started to wonder whether those delicately designed games could be applied on my tablets. When I'm on a car, I can also use those accessories like the hand shank. Use those accessories to play FIFA or play Racing Cars, GT Racing Cars 5 on my tablets, also provided by Microsoft. And So I would like to start from here to demonstrate you our motion one Microsoft using a very specific, powerful product by Microsoft is Xbox. So first of all, let's give some very brief introduction of Xbox. Its first generation was actually launched in 2001, and with Skype installed in 2013. It's very interesting actually. It has stepped forward to integrating those communication and networking into the entertainment. But all of these can only take place at your own living room. So, and we can see some financial figures here. It's about the annual revenue growth rate. I've made a very simple calculation according to the year, and it's not that stable. It's quite. You can see it's very astonishing here. It's a negative figure of negative 5.4%, and then it will hit a very mountain high, a peak in the year 2010 to 2011 is 10.6%, and then it's going down. So we can see that this division, the entertainment and device division, had the potential, but it is kind of lack the competitiveness. So we believe that if we can transfer those games on Xbox to the devices, like tablets mainly, for example, the Surfaces provided by Microsoft, we can use these accessories to guarantee the user experience you have in your living room. So we can achieve the goal that those very powerful products can also fit in the strategy of the mobile first strategy. And this kind of strategy actually solved us very two crucial problems. First of all, is the ecosystem. As we all know, like the Microsoft actually has a very weak ecosystem with the application developers, as mentioned in the material. So for Xbox, we advocate that it can transfer those game developers for Xbox directly to those Microsoft mobile platform ecosystem, mobile devices. You don't have to develop newly fresh new games by persuading other application developers. You can just transfer those games applications to the mobile system, and so that it can actually save a lot of cost save us a lot of cost, and create an ecosystem very conveniently by transferring those things from the Xbox to the mobile devices. And the second problem is actually the cloud first world. It will we can see that Microsoft was intended to make some integration. They are trying to pre-install the Skype in the Xbox in 2013, and it wants to integrate the entertainment and communication and networking. But we can see that the advantage of networking and communication is actually based in the mobile devices you are using. So what we want to do is a further step to the integration is to integrate those tablets and Xbox. We want the users to experience those excellent, thrilling experience in playing Xbox, while you can also communicating with your friends. Also, these things can be realized in mobile devices. And here actually comes to the one Microsoft motion effects. We're trying to do these things. We're advocating this motion not only for better user experience. Actually, we're advocating this motion for true, real innovation. But what kind of innovation can be called real innovation? Is that we are interrogating those products we already have, or we have another options? So let's welcome Les to introduce the last part of our today's presentation.
It's an area of innovation, it's an area of change, it's an area of revolution. So how to change, how to revolution? Now, we know in this industry there have been already two revolutions. The first one is Microsoft that tells us what is a personal computer, and then Apple tells us what is mobile devices. But where is the third revolution? Where is the third real innovation? Okay, first we want to know what is the third revolution. I think there will be two guns. The first one, larger and larger visual screen, and the second, smaller and smaller portable volume. But how to realize these two goals, how to make this come true. So we think the shadow casting technology is useful. Now, because of these two limitations, screen and the volume, portable volume, we cannot realize the real combination, the real united. Now, many companies have tried to solve the problems, like the Samsung device, the Butterfly. I don't know whether you know, it's a big mobile phone. And the Apple also tried to make the iPhone bigger and bigger. You know, the iPhone 5 is bigger than iPhone 4, and iPhone 6 is bigger than iPhone 5. But only the shadow casting technology can solve the problem completely. Okay, the next slide. But you may think it's not feasible to make this goal come true. Because you know, like in the movies, we can touch here, here, here to change it's not feasible now. But if we like running a marathon, we can divide this running to various parts, maybe 1 kilometer one part. We can also divide the revolution, the shadow casting technology, into 3 parts to realize. The first one, no real screen. The second one, no real keyboard. And the third one, real visualization, real united. Okay, I first introduced the first stage, no real screen. In this stage, we can just skip the screen part. We can imagine if I sit in a taxi or bus, I can use a small device. It's cast a shadow on the back of the front seat. So at this time, the device is just like a mouse. We can touch the left button or the right button, then the image will change. In this way, just a small device, but the screen can be very large. In this, we can use this device to play computer games, to do the work, and so on. So actually, just in this stage, just in the first stage of the real shadow casting technology, we can make the real united. We cannot have to use iPhone, iPad, iPod, iTouch, just one device, because we have very large screen but very small devices. And I think this stage is not very difficult to realize, because we know the Microsoft has ample cash, has ample talent, has ample capability. So I think if Microsoft invests much in this stage, I think maybe 10 years or even less, we can make this goal come true. Okay. Then the third stage is no real keyboard, also no real screen. In that time, we can just touch the screen. You know, compared to the first stage, in this stage, it requires higher in the technique. So in this stage, I think maybe will be a longer time, maybe about 20 or 30 years, we can make this come true. And the third one is the real visualization, real united. In this part, we don't have any device. We can just like in the movie and use and touch the screen. So actually, now we think the first stage is easy, is not difficult to be realized. So, and if we can realize the first stage, no real screen, and it will be the third real revolution, the real united. And at that time, we don't need many devices, only one device called Microsoft. That is one Microsoft. So here, we want to be real innovation. Microsoft never have to chase Apple, never had to chase Microsoft, never have to chase Google and other things. Just be Microsoft, because we only need one device called Microsoft. That's our presentation. Thanks.
Thank you very much. The floor is open to questions.
Okay, let's talk about figures. My favorite. In the whole presentation, you talk about 2 plans, strategy, or visions. One is on entertainment. One is on the shadow casting technology. How much money we have to spend? What will be returned to the investment?
It's the percentage of
or like any tickets, because in the real world, you have to convince people to invest the money. So tell me cost and return.
Okay. I think the technology development is dependent on our research expense, right? So we'd like to increase our proportion or increase our percentage in research development. That's certainly. So without it, we cannot push the technology to step forward and forward. And also, we'd like to put more money into our entertainment part.
How much?
About maybe.
What is
I guess.
what is the existing R&D expenditure of the corp as a whole? From what percentage to what percentage you want to invest, and what is the payback period? I need the figures.
Payback period.
I think the integration of the Xbox and the mobile devices is actually really applicable, really feasible. So the investment in the research part is maybe very controllable. For the, let's say, if the actually there's a budget for the entertainment division, so it may be 50% of it is for the research, and we could just have 10% of it to just make the accessories applicable to the mobile devices, and those user experience we have on the Xbox can be used on the tablets or the mobile devices, and so the increasing revenue, the revenue we can get is really promising actually. So I think it's a really
And we,
fair trade.
we have the budget on the research fund, and just like other companies like Apple and other companies also have the research budget, and we can just use part of the half of the research for the what Andrew says, to make the Xbox to the
Tablets.
Yeah, to the tablets. And I think it's need to be an experiment to find if the return rate of this technology innovation is great. If it's great, if the rate is great, we can continue and make it much bigger. And if the return rate was not very good, and we can find another way for the innovation.
And you have mentioned two concepts. The first one, the percentage. The second one is the paid back period. Okay, I try to give you an exact number. And Microsoft has changed from the product-oriented organization to function-oriented organization. So I think the shadow technique can be one team. So and the paid back period, for entertainment, I think will be less than for the real innovation of the shadow technique. Maybe for entertainment, we require that maybe less than 5 years. We hope we can get some revenue. We hope that this product will be successful. But in the shadow technical, it will be maybe 10 years or longer. First, maybe we have to invest in it much and don't get much revenue. But I think if we can devise it successfully, we will get much revenue and lead the industry. And before Apple devised the iPhone, he invested much and failed very times. But when it devised Apple, it devised iPhone and so on, he lead the industry. And we hope this much invest, maybe 10% of budget will help us lead the industry in the future.
That's what we say. One unity of the Microsoft. It's need market part to give the data of the whole market and to the operating system to make the innovation, and that's to be a unity. That's what we say. One Microsoft.
Yeah. Of course, we can do some internal management to achieve our internal optimization. But we really want to focus on is that we want to be the industry leader. So if only we become the industry leader, we can earn the market share and we can earn the earnings. That will not be any problem. So being a trader is not a permanent solution for our strategy. So we want to we want to mention one Microsoft, not only what Bomo, the former CEO, said, but also we want to introduce our idea in the step forward and forward to innovation, to do some real innovation. Thank you.
So first of all, thank you for kind of clarifying some of the. I think some of the technology, the innovations that you mentioned are quite interesting. And just using your example of 5-year payback period or 10-year payback period, what are your views on what's going to happen in the 5 years or the 10 years leading up to these new technologies? I mean, we still have to continue delivering returns to our shareholders. We still need to continue running the organization. What are your short-term or more near-term kind of vision for the company?
Short term.
Yeah.
I think take the example, the integration of the Xbox and the mobile devices. This kind of integration is actually a short-term investment. Yeah, it can be achieved in a very short period of time with not much research budget to be invested in. So actually, you can with the integration, you can add those revenues from the Xbox market and also from the mobile devices together, and it's quite promising. And for the long-term part.
Okay, for the long-term part, as I have mentioned, the first stage I think will be 10 years. We can achieve this goal because I think the shadow casting technology, the first stage is not very difficult. It's not feasible to complete because actually in the first stage, just the shadow technology have to be solved. But like the other problem size software problem, we still don't need to change more because when we cast the shadow, the information processing is already being processed successfully. So,
first I want to say that if we have a new technology, it needs to get into the market. The customer need to adapt to this new technology, and in the short term, it's necessary for the market to have a period to adapt to, and it needs the advertisement of our company to give to. And what we want in the short term is to get the pay that it can equal to the expense, and expense of the advertisement, and to let the market data to get the market data of the whole market. And it's the short term. And the long term, if the short term is good, it have a good return for this new technology. In the long term, we want to expand. This technology.
Okay, let me talk a little bit more about our Xbox strategy, relatively shorter term strategy in Microsoft. So everyone knows that we all love playing games, but why Xbox is so successful in game area, but it do not earn so that money for Microsoft? I think, and we think, the possible reason is that it is separated from the services and the clouds and also the ecosystem of the management of the Microsoft other parts. So it is separated. So the game companies like EA Sports or like another game company, they also they only employ some developers to develop some application for the Xbox. But why not introduce Xbox to a tablet? So we can employ some developers, and our game companies will attract some developers to write some software in a platform in tablets. So Xbox will be melted into a tablet and with some accessory, of course, hardware. So that determines our user experience. So I think that strategy will make Xbox much more successful, and it will earn much more money in the shorter term.
Okay. First of all, very good innovations about the technology, the shadow techniques. Personally, I think it's a viable technology in the future. But my question is, I've heard your team talk a lot about the entertainment side, the Xbox, and then just transfer the Xbox things to the tablet. Okay, so this is but there's a lot of technologies involved in this transfer. Okay, because tablets, we do have different platforms on tablets, as you know, like iOS, Android, Windows. So my question is, there are already a lot of games on tablets, the apps, okay? A lot of apps playing games on the tablets. So if Microsoft is going to transfer Xbox, this game to the tablet, it takes time, of course. So what makes Xbox on tablet stands out from the others, games in existing markets?
Of course, the user experience, we believe. Actually, when we were discussing in the preparation room, we were discussing what's so good in the iPad. So why so many people are playing the games on iPad or in their mobile phone? And the conclusion is actually it's not that good, it's not that thrilling, and it's just convenient. And it's convenient when you can carry it on your back, and you are just spend some time when you can just actually do nothing on the way to your school or on the way to work. So you're just playing iPad. So actually the user experience is not that good. You won't play FIFA or you won't play the racing cars. So those games on your iPad because it's not good. So what the Xbox is really had the advantage of those in the user experience. So actually we hope they can transfer this crucial advantage into those mobile services or mobile devices in order to attract their customers.
And for the Apple company, it have mobile, but it haven't the game like Xbox. Just like the Apple, it only have iPad, like the iPad and the iPhone, but it haven't its own brand of the like Xbox, and it's the disadvantage of the Apple, and it's also the advantage of the Microsoft because it has its own brand of the game like Xbox, and it can make full use of the Xbox to the PC. It's the advantage.
So we really want to give our customers the best feeling. So we want our screen be bigger and bigger. So if the game is still boring, like the Russia blocks on the iPad, so the big screen, which is where it is its sense. So our game has to be interesting, has to be exciting. So that's why we should use the game on Xbox.
Consumers want to experience more during their playing games, like Underwood in the house cards. So why he always played Xbox in his home? So he experienced vibration, right? And vibration on his accessory, and also why Wii is so successful is it offers its players more experience, like their activities, their actions, like waving their hands, waving their arms. So we like to micro this experience on our one accessory. Maybe it can cooperate with the tablet, like Surface. They cooperate so well, and accessory cooperate with the tablet so well. So that's the key on our Xbox next step to develop, and that's why it stands out.
Yeah, my one final question. What should they do with Nokia? And what should they do with their operating system?
Very short answer, please. You have less than 30 seconds.
Should they deal with the operating system?
Nokia.
Nokia.
So what should they do with Nokia?
The Nokia provides its talents, provides its hardware, some technical. So this talent and this technical can be used to develop our technologies to help us do some real innovation.
Experience in hardware area.
Microsoft is actually beginning with a software. It's a software company. So
yes, that's why Apple buys Beats. It needs talents.
And Nokia has in the mobile phone industry for many years, and it has data. And for the
Sorry guys, I have to interrupt you.
We
are a little bit
yes,
late.
clear.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Tong University.